What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? This is your boy, Cuban Mike, and you are listening to the Ruckus podcast, and I am back. First and foremost, I want to apologize to my audience. I know it's been a while. A lot of people ask me where I'm going to come back. I had to go on vacation, clear my mental state. You know, I had to take care of some couple of issues, so I had to go on vacation and have some fun. PSA, if you guys go into something personal, I suggest you talk to your family, friends, anybody within your inner circle, and make sure you handle that, man, because life is short and you don't want to be miserable. But I'm black and I'm back. And I'm back repping the podcast. And, you know, I'm going to bring you up with content. It's not going to stop. I'm not going to stop here until I, spread the truth to my peoples and represent to the fullest. Speaking of represent to the fullest, tonight, I got a special guest, man. I mean, this guy right here, we ended up having some interaction over the summertime, and he was seeing the work that was put in on social media, and he just like saluted me and gave me the utmost props. We posted my stuff, and we were just going back and forth, interacting and networking. And this guy right here, he's just, it's safe to say, he's a revolutionary to his feelings in his own mind, bringing his own knowledge out here. Amazing music that we're going to get to it. Cuban, black Cuban at that. I mean, he could be passable for a Jamaican, but we're going to get to that in a second. You know what I'm saying? He's out there putting the work, spreading conscious, spreading awareness, and, just bringing the truth. And, we're both got one thing in common, and that's our fight against communism. Fighting that type of oppression and exposing the phonies. So we're going to get to it. We're going to get some good game talk out here. So get your drink on. And even for tonight, you can even get your smoke on. I'm going to let that rock to get your smoke on for all the rastafarians out there. But tonight, I got my man, Ras Cocoman, in the building tonight. What's going on, my brother?
This is my brother. How you doing? Everything all right? Everything peace?
Long overdue, man. Everything peace, man. Everything peace, everything wonderful, man. Glad you're making on the show today, man. And I'm just, it's an honor and a privilege to have you here tonight, man. Thank you.
Thank you too, Ismail. It's an honor for me to be here with you, Rasta.
Yes, one love.
One love. No respect to the people that always follow you in your social media and thing. And today or tonight is the day or the night that the people will know about Cuban rastafarian exactly. They will know about all the problems that black men in Cuba, they have from 1959 until now. Because we know that Castro attacked His Majesty Haile Selassie, the King of Kings and the Lord of Lords in 1974, because he was with Mengistu Haile Mariam against Haile Selassie, Rastafari. So the people, then we get surprised. They say, "Oh, Cuban Rastafarian," but straight, there is a lot of Rastafarian in my country because Rastafari is all over the world. So, in special, something that the people don't know is that Marcus Mosiah Garvey. Everybody knows that Marcus Mosiah Garvey is the prophet. Marcus Mosiah Garvey went to Cuba in 1920. In 1921. Marcus Garvey went to Cuba because he was supporting the black party, independent party of the color, in Cuba.
He was spreading black liberation.
Yeah, for the black
Pan-Africanism in Cuba.
And he was with the Cuban president in that past. His name is Sayas president. And he was a white man, and that president was the only white man that he get criticized for everybody because he was helping black man. And Marcus Garvey went to Cuba in that time. And something more that the people they not understand. They know that Marcus Garvey they have his ship, right, the Black Star Line, and the people. They see the name of this different ship, right? They don't know, they didn't see it, that one of the ship have the name of Antonio Maceo. It's because Marcus Garvey, he knows exactly who was Antonio Maceo. He was a black man that was fighting against Spain's people, and everybody know that if you fight against Spain, if you are a black man, if you fight against Spain, you know that it's against racism.
Yeah.
So that's why Marcus Garvey went to Cuba, because he was looking for black people. And after that, when the communists come, Batista and all that type of thing, because Batista was a black man too. The people will say mulatto and thing, but mulatto is black man. It's black man, it's the same. So, but Batista, he made his own stuff. It's okay. But after this, when Castro come, he changed everything from black people. He said, okay, let's send black people to Ethiopia against Haile Selassie. Let's send black people to Angola. Let's send black people to all Africa to fight against
apartheid or whatever the hell it was, and
wherever there was the war thing.
Yeah.
They get Mandela, he bring Mandela to Cuba, and he blind all black people at that time.
Yeah.
You know? And at the same time, something I have to say is Jamaican people, they was helping Castro, because when Lumumba died because he was with Fidel Castro. That's why Lumumba died. And the people, of course, we are black man. We don't want to know a black man die, but
yeah,
they have to see what they was doing before. They was with communist mentality. That's why Lumumba died. And Selassie disappeared because Castro went to Ethiopia. So how many black men that sing reggae music, they say in the music, yeah, Rastafari Selassie. And when you ask them, what about Castro? They say, no, I love Castro, I love Castro. You love Castro, you put it on the music, you love Selassie. So you know that already Castro attacks Selassie. So why you say you love him? And all the black man in Africa, they love him.
So I want to bring that in full circle. I want to stop right there. I want to bring it in full circle because the one thing before we get to that part of the story, I do want to get a quick bio intro of yourself, reintroduction. You know, being born in Cuba, getting to the Rastafarian movement, and what led you get to the Rastafarian movement, because that's very interesting. Because not too many Cubans are they're not hip to that. That's not their thing in the majority aspect. It's either Yoruba, Santeria, Rumba. That's our African side. The Rastafarian thing that they think is more. I thought of that at first. You know, it's more of a Jamaican thing. So how are we able to like? Well, let me get your story, and from your story, how did it lead you being a Rastafarian?
Well, first, the people will think that Santeria is the only culture from Nigeria black man. So we have to delete that from the brain, because the people don't know that Rita Marley born in Cuba, and the father, or the good father of the ska music, he born in Cuba too. His name is Laurel Aiken, the good father of the ska. So
you told me that the last time. I didn't even know Rita was born in Cuba. That was knowledge. I didn't know that.
So a lot of people
didn't know that. So we're connected. Look at that.
So that's why the black man, they want to know what they want, because everybody can find this in the internet. Rita Marley born in Santiago de Cuba, Laurel Aiken born in Santiago de Cuba before Rita Marley. So because ska was before reggae music, it was mento, rhythm and blues, soca, calypso, every mix with Naya Bingi, they create reggae music. But before reggae roots was a ska. You know, this guy is check, 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 check. Reggae roots, check, check, check. Because
lower tempo. It's lower tempo.
And after ska, check, check. So, well, in Havana City, me born in Havana City. So in Havana City, there was a African from Sierra Leone. His name is Mustafa. He went to Cuba when Castro Castro deceived black people, and he brings school to black people to go to Cuba to school and all that type of thing. Too much African people that go to Cuba to school. And in my city, in the school, with the name Araceli Iglesias school name, Mustafa was there. So he was the man that come with reggae music to my city. And I was a little boy. When I was a little boy, my brother, rest in peace, Roberto Figuera, John Charlieman, Juan Carlos, the real #1 selector, rest in peace, Papocho, and more of the people of my city, they created the first reggae party in my city. So that's why music started to play in my city. So in the other side of my country, in Santiago, close to Jamaica, that's why Rita Marley born there. I'm Laura Aiken because Santiago, Jamaica is near. A lot of Jamaica, they was living there. They was playing reggae music. And most of the from Jamaican, they come to Cuba to play reggae music like Five Fabulous. That was before. And now the Cuban government, they make the Caribbean Festival only in Santiago de Cuba because they don't want that most of the people know that. So that's why Jamaica was blind and they was defending Cuban government. But at the same time, they was criticized because they tried to burn the weed. So when they tried to burn the weed and they see that the government, they don't like to burn the weed, the Jamaicans, they escaped from Cuba a long time ago.
So, okay, so that was, when they did that, that was during the Castro Revolutionary. Right?
Yeah.
So they were only allowed to be in Santiago, Cuba, and that was it. They couldn't like be in other parts of Cuba. They were just there, and it was just like they couldn't be, like the government wouldn't let them like wander in other places. Or
no, they put Jamaican in all Cuban,
okay,
different part of Cuba. Different part of Cuba, but in Havana.
No, but I mean, no. What I meant to say is this: when they had the festival, you said that was it the Jamaicans they couldn't leave Santiago, or the Cubans couldn't go to the festival? Like, how did that work?
Not Cuban, just Jamaican people.
Just Jamaicans, and the Cubans couldn't go.
Different people of different part of the world, or maybe one or two Cuban, but not reggae music. Maybe different, maybe Yoruba or something. Because I was a little boy when those festival was working, I was a little boy. So Juan Carlos, the selector, they was there with my big friends, the friends of my big brother, rest in peace. All of them, they went to Santiago to the festival. So they record everything and they play the music in Havana. So Juan Carlos and more people, they started the reggae party in my city, and after this they go to the whole Havana and now different part of Havana playing reggae music, some system, DJ, and me start to sing with him,
So you pretty much grabbed the mic and started like emceeing with the audience and had the party. So you were able to rap on the mic. All right, cool.
Yeah,
that's similar to what happened with hip hop in the '80s. There's something similar to that. They let the little kid like rap on the mic. So it was something similar with you. You were younger.
Yeah.
Let the man go.
And the same time with hip hop, because in my city, with the name Camino Cienfuegos City, at the front we have the Bay City, Bahia, la ciudad Bahia.
Yeah.
Guitera. So in Guitera, Bahia City, we start with the first hip hop festival in 1991. So me get the #1 hip hop soloist in the first hip hop festival in my country. So we know that hip hop comes from reggae music.
But the first when hip hop, the guy who they give credit to inventing hip hop, he was Jamaican. So he was in the Bronx. And it was very reggae influenced the way he started the party and stuff like that. So because hip hop is very American, but also Caribbean influenced because the way they had the party rocking. the
It's
microphone, the DJ. So it's the same
it's
thing.
the same. It's the same.
Yeah.
The only difference is that sometimes they speak over the music. They don't put some melody, but it's the same. It's the same.
Yeah.
You know, so that's why we have the history of hip hop and reggae music of Cuba. But too much American black man, they went to Cuba and they made videos with different kind of hip hop of Havana, and they go back to US and they sell the thing, and they are doing bad things. You know, so that's why we are here talking with all that type, all that kind of thing, because we need to clean.
Yeah, because that's unfortunately that's what Americans do. They come here, they go to other places, and they sell you the propaganda. They sell you the propaganda, they say when it's that, and they leave out two things. They leave out the information, whether it's on purpose or by accident, but they sell you the lie with the propaganda.
Yeah, because for example, maybe then we talk about a rapper, but then we never talk about who is the man that creates all that type of thing. They never talk about Rodolfo Renzoli, because Rodolfo Renzoli was the black man that created that #1 group, Grupo Uno, that then renamed Grupo Uno. He created Grupo Uno and create the first festival hip hop and all the festival. And after this Asociación Cubana de Rap, that's Asociación Cuban Association Hip Hop. I don't know what happened with Asociación Hermanos Sainz brother. Those white men, they get everything and they change the brain of different kind of hip hop rappers in my country, and they start to sing hip hop revolution. That's why in 90s you see a lot of Cuban hip hop with Che Guevara and thing, and sing and doing hip hop with Che Guevara, and that was in a big confusion. That's why now they hide all these things, and different kind of rappers, they trying to change the brain now, but it's not late. But they have
it's not late. It's not late because you also got to remember, you know, to a default, Cuba is communist, so you can't say what you're against because you know the punishment, you know the repercussions that comes to that. So I get it. Since the government control the narrative, they have to control the propaganda. So I get it. So it's not even till recently we finally had rappers that said, you know what, fuck this system, fuck this government, fuck communism. We had enough of it. And it became later on. Unfortunately, we don't get the level because they have everything on a hush hush and it's quiet. But there are people that are being rebellious and say, look, we had enough of this crap. We want something new. We want something different. So they are literally putting their life on the line just to express themselves with the music. So I get it from the early years when they were promoting the shitty propaganda. But I will say, I mean, after July 11th, there has been a major change. You have more artists, como digo, que ellos dicen, saliendo del closet de comunismo, and now they're telling the truth. now they're saying what is really going on here. It's never too late. It's never too late because I'll be honest. When I started doing this stuff, I was alone, and I started in 2016, and no one was listening to me. And I live in Boston where there's no Cubans. So I was saying, this is what's going on in Cuba. Everybody like whatever, and because they still.
So you imagine that you was only, and you imagine I was only too when we start with Rasta. When we start to Rasta, all the people say, Coco, you are the gold voice of reggae and hip hop and R&B, because I was the only singing those style in hip hop music and the reggae music. So when we continue with the reggae music, we continue along because I was the singer of the first reggae band of Cuba. I was the third singer, but I was the last that me stay with the band and me put the band on the top in Cuba in movies like Havana Blues. Havana Blues, this movie is very famous, and everybody talk about Havana Blues, but nobody speak about Rasta. But if you look deep, you will see that every people, or most of the people we talk about hip hop Cuba music, and never we talk about Rasta Cuba music, because they see more the suffer, in hip hop music when they go deep to black people. So why they don't go deep to Rastafarian people? So we are the same. That's why different kind of American black man, they don't know nothing about Cuban black man Rastafarian. And they defend the government because they said that Castro saved the life of Ashara Shakur. So that's why Black Lives Matter, they are blind and they have to stop this kind of hypocrisy because
they're not blind. My brother, let me tell you, they're not blind. They're liars right now. They've been liars. They're no longer blind. They know what they're doing. They know what they're doing now.
That's why we say stop the hypocrisy. They have to stop this kind of hypocrisy because they know that the black man in Cuba don't have cars, don't have no money, don't have no opportunity. And all the people that rule in Cuba, all of them is Castro white man, Castro white man, Castro white man, Castro sister, Castro white man, Castro. See, everything white man, white man, white man, white man, white man. Che Guevara, Canel, López Calleja. All of them white man. Raúl, all of them white man. Ramon Castro, all of them white man, white man, white man, white man, white man, white man, white man. So we are tired of this kind of black people that they always supporting this kind of white man oppressors. We are tired, so we come with a fire because they don't know nothing about black community in Cuba. And they even know they even don't know nothing about our music, our hip hop music, they don't know nothing. Our reggae music, they don't know nothing about our Marcus Garvey in Cuba. They don't know nothing. So why they are behind white man like a dog? So they need to
because
stop.
they have as much as how can I put it to you? As much as you have black folk that try to be revolutionary and have this adoration for Castro, where they really happen. What they really giving them is the white man complex savior, without even knowing they're giving him the white man complex savior. He's not an ally. He give you the false sense that he's an ally, but he's really your savior because whatever battle you couldn't fight, he fought it for you. So he looked at you as your hero. So that's what happened. It's all just one. It's one big Jedi mind trick. Jedi mind trick.
So what does happen? They have always a white man up front. Yeah. Why they don't have a black man up front? Every time they defend the words of white man of the white man liberation words, and they don't see that the black man never take that position. Black man never we get that position. So if they can look at all American countries, because American is not English language, they need to understand that America is Mexico, US, Colombia, Chile, Ecuador, Venezuela, Bolivia. We are Americans. The only difference is that the US is the only country that speaks Spanish because the white man England going to kill Indians. Everybody know that. So English is not American. They are Europeans Americans. We know that.
Yeah.
So we are Afro-American, no matter if you speak Spanish, because we born in America. America is all the continent, not the USA only. So they need to understand that why in all these Hispanic country, never they can see a black man to be a president. Why they never see a black man to be a president? Why always in all social media they will see a white man to say that we are equal, we are equal. Show me black man in Spanish in your social media. I never see them. Look at them. Never look at black man in Chile. You cannot find them. Look at black man in Ecuador. You cannot find them. No. Just if you look deep, if you want to find them, you will find them, but a little bit. Not like the big channel all over the world. You know, you can see everything, right? You never will see the black man of Chile, the black man from, and all this black man from Black Lives Matter and all that. Pan-African communists, more fire to all black Pan-African communists. They defending all that thing. So we are tired. We are tired. So more fire to all these kind of black men. That's why I mean, in the name of black Cuban people from Havana City, in the name of Pan-Africanism for real, me and all my people say we starting a fire against them because they are murder. They are killing our own black family people in Cuba. So they need to stop. So if they don't want to stop, we must tell them that they are slaves and they are murder. They have to stop because 100%. They don't know nothing. Nothing. They even visit Cuba before. They just read books and defend white people. That's why Che Guevara say. That's why Che Guevara say, the black man is easy to control his brain. Look at them. All Africa love them. Yeah. That's why. You know? So 100%. We need to stop. Yeah. We need to stop, brother.
Yeah. So with that being said, coming up listening to the reggae music, who were your influence in the reggae music scene coming up? Who were your inspiration to hear?
You know, the music, we celebrating all the music and all the reggae artists, especially Bob Marley, Bonnie Wheeler, Peter Tosh, Jacob Miller, Dennis Brown, Frankie Paul, boy, Yellow Man, History Man, Hajaman Levi, Pablo Moses, boy, Barrington Levy, Steve Pose, boy, Burning Spear, boy, Chabaran, Tony Rebel, Chaka Demus and Playa, Buju Bantan, Sisa Kalonji, boy. You can't imagine.
It's a long list. It's a long list. So a long inspiration, a long list of artists that will inspire you to get that.
And I'm going to explain you why. Because this is something that the people, they will know now. In Havana City, it's not easy to get the influence from Jamaica because we are so far. Havana is far from Jamaica. So when you go to Santiago, you know, it's near. So when you go to Santiago, close to Santiago, you get the radio, you can hear all the radio stations from Jamaica. All. So in Havana, you cannot hear. So before, we was listening to the radio station from Miami, Fort Lauderdale, a big radio station that the people from US, they know about. Radio 1, Clinton Hill on Radio 1, WLRL 91.3 FM, Miami, Fort Lauderdale. Clinton Hill at the radio station in Miami. The man passed away a long time. That radio was the only radio station that played reggae music in Miami. Every weekend, 6 o'clock in the morning, until 6 o'clock in the morning, and
so it'll be like a 12. It'll be a late night. It'll be late night.
Yeah, man. That was you can ask the people, man. The radio station from Miami, Fort Lauderdale, Clinton Hill on Radio 1, WLRL 91.3 FM. Yeah, and after when this radio changed, and I was living in Miami, they make an interview to me because I want to give thanks to this radio because that radio teach me when I was growing up. Because me take the radio, me don't have a stereo. My father have a radio, a Russian radio, the name Selena. Selena radio.
Russian, of course.
Yeah. Every night, when the radio started, we take the radio, we start ding ding, man, and they play different kind of reading. Gregory Eyes are reading. You need la money. We say, man, a lot of nice music. I want to know what they said. I start to grow up with all of them, and at the same time with the DJs, with my brother, My brother was one of the first reggae dancing, but real, because he dancing with the music. He not dancing like nothing. He's dancing with exactly reading of the music. You know, you know, and my brother was dancing like this from lots of people. And my city was a reggae city, and from hip hop city. And after Alamar, that's why when you hear the people, they say Alamar, hip hop in Alamar, is because Alamar was the third city when Rensoli, the creator of Grupo Uno, he take the festival, he put the festival in Alamar. That's why you hear that's why we hear now different kind of hip hop. Oh, from Alamar. Yeah. After Alamar, the communist white man come, and they take everything and they change everything. So that's why you will see different kind of hip hop rapper now separate. Look at them. They are not united. So look deep for Rastafarian then. They're not united because in Cuba, Rastafarian is more rough. That's why the people don't know nothing about Cuban reggae music or Cuban Rastafarian and Cuban reggae culture or Cuban Nayabingi. And there's a lot of Nayabingi in Cuba.
Which leads to my other question, because I had my sister Grecia. I had Grecia on the show a couple of months ago.
Yeah.
Shout out to Grecia, badass motherfucker, badass. Respect. I had on the show a couple of months ago, and I remember she told me that there was certain music that were banned, and she told me that there was a point that Bob Marley's music was banned in Cuba because it might set people off to like rebel against the government. So you have a song like "Get Up, Stand Up for Your Right" that Castro didn't want that kind of influence amongst the people, because it gives signs of rebellions, and it gives signs of like, this might turn against me. So he didn't want certain music allowed because it might influence to take stance against the government. But she told me that Bob Marley was one of the artists that, to a point, he wasn't allowed. His music was not allowed in Cuba because it represents taking a stance against the system.
Well, Bob Marley, in the music, Bob Marley was it was untouchable. Bob Marley, everybody was dancing with the music of Bob Marley. But everybody know in Cuba that Bob Marley come with the truth. But Castro said, Cuban people don't understand English, and they don't understand even patois. So the Cuban, what the Cuban do? Just dance. So they don't understand what the message of Bob Marley said. You know why? Because remember, Castro attacked Haile Selassie in 1974. Castro attacked Rastafari. So what he said? Quiet. Cuban people don't know nothing about Rastafari. They don't know nothing about the message. They just will dance. They will try to smoke weed, put a black man in jail. But let the black dance. They don't know nothing about Bob Marley. They don't know the words. So the white man, they know the words. That's why they do. They play one documentary of Bob Marley the same every year. The same documentary of Bob Marley with different cuts. Just the part that they do want. But the same. So after, when you go to the street, they say, nah, but you see, these are Bob Marley video. Oh yeah, good. But you see the hair, you see, these people that they just smoke weed.
They smoke weed, criminals, gangsters.
They are nasty. They are nasty. They are nasty.
Disgusting.
And they sing rebel words. So why? That's why you see Bob Marley playing the music in different kind of country, but not too much, because they say, oh, Bob Marley, one love. Okay, keep playing on the radio, keep playing every time. No. no, this music is rebel. This music is a protest. So that's why reggae music, you will see reggae music is good business, but all over the world, in the music business, is down.
Interesting.
So, and everybody take everything from reggae music.
Yeah.
Reggaeton, all that sound, all that type of sound that you hear now.
Oh yeah, definitely. Reggae. Definitely.
But they are smart. They have the right message down.
Yeah. So with that being said, living in Cuba, when did you everybody in Cuba that I spoke to, even with my family, they have a wake-up call when they look at themselves living in that country and say, something is wrong here with this system, and it's not working for me and what I want to provide for my future and my family. So with that being said, when did you have that wake-up call to be like anti-communist? Because I know going to the school, they indoctrinate you to be communist and teach you this is the right way to go. So when did you have that wake-up call, say, this is not for me and this system is not working for my people?
Well, my wake-up was very early. You know why? Because my city is a rich city. So when you go deep in my city, you will see all the white men that live in this city, they live good. And most of the black men that was living there, they are no good. Mm-hmm. So at the same time, I was looking at black men and say, hey, black man always is military, Marines, Chihuahua, CDR, PCC. Black man always is military, but black man never is a president. Come on, what happened here? Hey, black man never work in. Black man never have no money. Even if you are a big communist black man, don't have no money. Maybe one Esteban Lasso, 2 or 3 of them, but most of them they don't have nothing. Somebody said, why Bob Marley sing Get Up Stand Up? Hey, when we look around, we say, why my black Cuban people, they are always police, they are by white man. Bob Marley said, Get Up Stand Up. The black man must to fight. The black man, the Africans will fight if it's necessary. When I start to look at my skin, I say, hey, come on, man, all that black man in Cuba are slave, man. I start from my mom. I say, Mom, you're a communist, you're a slave. I start with my mom. Because all black men that live in my city, they was a communist. Because if they are not communist, they was living in the ghetto.
Yeah. So what was your mother's reaction? Because anyway, when you become that, because my mother was very rebellious like that. My mom said at a very early age and stuff like, communist sucks. My family was like, don't say that. Don't talk about the revolution like that, because the revolution gave us everything in the revolution.
Fire. So fire for that reason. You know what? Because if they go to look deep, they always open fire to the masculine communists, and they never go to feminist communists. The Mother's Day is the best day for the government, those government to make a lot of money, because the communist government, they joke with the feeling of Cuban people. My mom, let me send money to my mom. No. Mom, you are a communist? Yeah, I want to stay with this stay with that communist.
Yep.
No money.
That's my mother. That's what my mother did. My mother said, stay with this communist. My mother said, stay with this communist. I'm out of here.
Stay with this communist.
My mom said, goodbye. I'm out of here.
Yeah, bye.
And here's the thing. My mother's game. She didn't send any money. She didn't say anything. She said, if the revolution gives you everything, my mother, the revolution give you everything, let the revolution help you out with all your problems. I got my own problems here. Now, once in a while, once every 5 years, she might send something. She'll send clothes and leftover, but she's like, you're not getting my money because I know where that money's going to. I know where that money's going to. You don't get nothing.
You know why? You know why? Because the people, I know you know, but we have to speak like this. The people, they never go deep when they see all videos, all people that oppress us, they are black police, because black man, they don't have nothing. Just the white man is the ruler, is the ruler in Cuba. So the black man, police, slave, and the PCC and all that type of thing, they are bomber class slave. And what they think? Just the man? No, come on. All that woman, what they doing? They defend this. They defend this kind of people. They put our black family in jail. That's why all the prison in Cuba is full of black people in jail.
Yeah.
And all the black man communists, they are the guards.
Yeah.
Because the white man said, black man, you need to
black
control
man,
your own family.
go control
Black
people.
Man, you need to control your own black man. Go ahead.
Go get him.
That's why you are PCC. That's
work.
why you are Meaning. That's why you are the DTI. That's DTA or DTI. That's why you are. Go ahead.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. So,
that's what they do.
100%. Hold on a second.